This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for April 11, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, weak case against accused in Norwood shooting sees defense. The attorney for a man accused of fatally shooting 2 men and wounding 4 other individuals, including an infant, has questioned the strength of the prosecution's case because of what he described as inconsistencies with eyewitness testimony. Shandy Brown is charged in connection with the November 2022 murders of 31-year-old shop operator Delano Christie and 26-year-old Jordan Brown. They were shot dead at approximately 8:30 p.m. at Christie's business place. During a bail hearing last Tuesday, Brown's lawyer Martin Thomas raised concerns about one eyewitness who did not provide a statement until January 10, 2 months after the incident. That witness's account of the incident, he said, was inconsistent, but he emphasized the consistency of the other 4 eyewitnesses, all of whom indicated that there was only one gunman who was dressed in black and was wearing a ski mask. Every single eyewitness at the scene who was able to observe the shooter indicates that there was just one gunman firing shots, Thomas said. All the persons at the shop put one shooter at the front of the shop, standing about 20 feet from a streetlight, firing shots at the persons. Their statements are a direct contrast to what this miraculous eyewitness is saying, the attorney stated, adding that the identification evidence was poor and that witness number 5 was not present at the shooting scene. If you follow his narrative, it could not be that he is giving an accurate description of the shooting or what took place at the shop that night, Thomas said. The lawyer went on to say that the witness was not speaking the truth and that he had an interest to serve, which was why he came forward and gave this statement. The same witness visited the station when a parade was arranged on February 1. The parade was arranged. He picked his lineup. The witness was called into the parade area, and we went to view the parade. The witness viewed the men for some 2 minutes. He walked the lineup up and down, and then he paused to say that he was unable to identify anyone. He then goes on to say that he does not feel comfortable identifying anyone because he does not trust the police, Thomas explained. The preliminary report, according to Thomas, stated that after the parade was abandoned, the witness was instructed to return to the Montego Bay police station on February 2. Based on what took place on February 1, we objected to any formal parade being done because the witness was already given an opportunity to view the men, Thomas said. The accused man on the second attempt to do this parade indicated that he was not going to participate because he has been exposed, the lawyer added. Thomas argued that the method used to identify his client was unreasonable since his client was taken to the Barnett Street police station and placed in a cell, and the witness was led to the cell where he pointed him out. We are contending that the process employed regarding his identification is unfair. This witness was allowed to view the lineup with certain men. He was then taken to a room in the absence of these very same men, and the witness was allowed to view this person in a cell, the lawyer argued. Thomas went on to say that at the time when the offense took place, he has an alibi to support that he was nowhere near the scene on that occasion. The case is weak and we ask that he be offered bail in a reasonable sum. He is not aligned to any gangs and has no previous convictions. It was not until this person gave a statement in January that he was picked up, the lawyer said. Following the attorney's submission, presiding parish judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley asked the clerk of court if there were any material inconsistencies in the Crown's case, and he said yes. One of these inconsistencies is that 4 witnesses mentioned the shooter wearing a ski mask, whereas witness number 5 did not. Ministry of Finance to meet with unions on Thursday. The Ministry of Finance and the Public Service plans to meet with trade union leaders later this week to discuss growing discontent among public sector employees over their adjusted salaries under the Compensation Review Program. The Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions had served a 10-day ultimatum on the ministry, alleging that it had breached the heads of agreement under the Compensation Review Program. The News spoke with JCTU President Helen Davis White on Monday, and she disclosed that the ministry had scheduled the requested meeting for this Thursday, April 13. Among the major issues of concern, she said, were non-payment of increments over the 3-year period of implementation of the compensation review, as well as the cessation of duty allowance that the ministry implemented without any agreement with the unions.
The Ministry of Finance has responded to the ultimatum given with regard to concerns raised by unions within the Confederation of Trade Unions about the non-response of the government to issues that were raised regarding the implementation of items that were not agreed in the compensation review. They have indicated that they are willing to meet with the unions on the 13th. I think that is Thursday coming. And the unions will be attending this meeting with the hope that we will be able to clear as many of the issues out of the way as possible. I think the major issues are the issue of non-payment of increments over the 3-year period of implementation of the compensation review, as well as the non-payment or the cessation of duty allowance that the ministry implemented without any agreement with the union. There are other issues, but I think those are the 2 major issues as we speak. And so we'll be going there expecting that we will be able to make some kind of movement in regards to resolving those 2 issues on Thursday when we meet. They are resolute, especially because these are issues that were not agreed with the union. And so, they are resolute that they would want to have these issues resolved. And as we had indicated, unrest was building among the workers because the government was not responding as quickly as we would have liked. As we had indicated in our letter, it was actually bordering on unrest at this time.
Labor Minister rejects the criticisms of Ministry's handling of industrial disputes. Labor Minister Karl Samuda has rejected claims that the ministry is not doing enough to protect the rights of workers locked in industrial relations disputes with their employers. The parliamentary opposition and the Union of Clerical, Administrative and Supervisory Employees have been highly critical of the ministry over its handling of the contract controversy with the security guards. UCASE has also taken issue with the Labour Ministry's management of the impasse between UC Russell and the bauxite workers at Windalco. But in an interview with the News, Mr. Samuda dismissed the criticisms as baseless and defended the record of the ministry in dealing with the concerns of workers. He argued that UCASE and its president, Vincent Morrison, were in breach of the law in defying a back-to-work order from the Industrial Disputes Tribunal in the Windalco case.
That's a closed matter. The matter has been referred to the IDT. It's a closed issue. He has broken the law by parading around after the matter has been referred to the Industrial Disputes Tribunal. I don't countenance that kind of behavior at all. I don't.
The Windalco workers ended their 3-day strike last week after the Industrial Disputes Tribunal indicated that no further discussion on their grosses would be facilitated if the protest continued. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.